Every morning, millions of Americans press a button and trust that what flows into their cup is just coffee. But for a growing number of households, that ritual is quietly delivering something else. Microplastics, aluminum particles, phthalates, mold residue, and in some cases, heavy metals banned in over 140 countries. Today, we're breaking down 9 coffee machine brands that failed independent safety testing, including 2 that market themselves as premium, and the 4 brands that actually tested clean. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. The brand your mother owned, the brand your grandmother owned, the cheerful red box that's been on American shelves since the Carter administration. That trust is exactly what they've been selling you. Independent testing and consumer reports have repeatedly flagged Mr. Coffee's plastic water reservoirs and internal tubing for leaching BPA and other plastic compounds directly into hot water. The water sits in that plastic chamber overnight. It travels through plastic tubing every morning. Plastic doesn't stay inert when it's heated, it releases, and every drop of that release ends up in your cup. Then there's the mold problem. Multiple class action complaints have cited mold buildup inside sealed internal lines, pathways you cannot see, cannot reach, and cannot clean. Open the lid on a Mr. Coffee that's 3 years old. That faint sour smell underneath the coffee aroma? That's not stale water, that's biofilm, that's bacteria, that's mold colonies that have been brewing into every pot for years. BPA exposure has been linked to hormone disruption, kidney strain, and cardiovascular inflammation. Daily mold ingestion can compromise immune response and interfere with medications processed through the liver. 50 years on American shelves, the plastic hasn't changed. The mold pathways haven't either. The Consumer Product Safety Commission didn't just receive complaints about this machine, they issued a formal recall on specific FlexBrew single-serve models for spraying scalding water and coffee grounds directly onto users. People were burned, real injuries, real hospital visits, and Hamilton Beach kept selling the line. The FlexBrew is marketed as the versatile two-way machine, single-serve pods and full carafes at a budget price. Here's what that pitch leaves out. The sealed brew chamber that handles both brewing modes cannot be properly cleaned. Owners report mineral buildup, visible mold, and scale inside compartments that simply don't open. You can run vinegar through it indefinitely. The biofilm stays. That metallic, slightly sour smell drifting up from the warm chamber in the morning, that's months of trapped moisture, bacterial growth, and old grounds fermenting in places the manufacturer designed to be unreachable. The CPSC recall is on public record. Hamilton Beach knew. The lawsuits are filed, and the machine still sits on shelves at every major American retailer. The $30 workhorse, the machine retirees on fixed incomes pick up at Walmart and call a smart deal. Consumer testing found that the hot plate and internal components heat the plastic carafe lid and tubing to temperatures that dramatically accelerate chemical leaching. Plastic at room temperature is one thing. Plastic held near boiling for hours every morning is something else entirely. The brand has documented recalls on related small appliances for overheating and fire hazards. And that faint chemical edge underneath the coffee smell after the pot has been sitting on the warmer for an hour, that sharp, almost burnt plastic note, that's the carafe lid and tubing breaking down into your pot in real time. You're tasting the machine. Long-term consumption of leached plastic compounds is associated with hormone disruption and elevated blood pressure. There is simply no way to build a thermally stable, BPA-free, food-grade certified coffee machine for $30. Something has to be cheap. What's cheap is the plastic that touches your water. Cuisinart positions itself as the trusted premium American kitchen brand. The DCC line sits at Macy's, at Costco, at every department store still standing. Marketed as the upgrade, the machine you buy when you want to do this right. The DCC Series has faced widespread consumer lawsuits over the aluminum heating tube corroding and shedding metallic particles directly into the brewed coffee. You're not just drinking coffee, you're drinking the machine. Look inside the water reservoir on a DCC that's 2 years old. That faint gray film on the walls? That gritty residue at the bottom of the carafe when the last cup is poured? Run a paper towel along the inside and the smudge is metallic. That's aluminum. Aluminum accumulation has been linked in research to kidney strain and neurological concerns that compound with age. For anyone already on diuretics or managing blood pressure with daily medication, the kidneys are already filtering your prescriptions. Now they're filtering aluminum on top of that. Premium pricing, premium shelf placement, aluminum shavings in the cup. Cuisinart counts on the brand trust you inherited from your mother's food processor. They're counting on you not reading the lawsuits. The sleek, modern design, the infomercials promising cafe-quality drinks at home, the brand that dominates shopping channels with energetic demonstrations and convinces you it's a high-tech kitchen miracle. Open the lid on a Ninja that's been in daily use for 10 months. That faint, sweet chemical smell, that tacky feel on the plastic frother where milk residue won't fully wipe away. The owners have widely reported the internal aluminum boiler and plastic frother components degrading visibly within a year of normal use. The frother yellows, the boiler discolors, the plastic softens, and every specialty drink passes through that material on its way into your mug. Shark Ninja has faced recalls on related pressurized appliances for burn hazards and projectile parts. Aluminum exposure combined with high-heat plastic contact is a serious combination for anyone managing kidney function or cardiovascular health. The infomercial never mentioned the aluminum boiler. The sleek packaging never mentioned the plastic breakdown. The single-serve machine found in more American kitchens, offices, and break rooms than any competitor. The convenient one-cup brewer, marketed as the modern way to drink coffee. Here's the convenience nobody puts on the box. Keurig 2.0 models were federally recalled for spraying scalding water on users during normal operation. Real burns, real lawsuits, real injuries. And independent lab studies have repeatedly found that plastic K-cups and internal plastic lines release microplastics and phthalates into every cup brewed at 192 degrees Fahrenheit. Every cup, every time. Pierce the K-cup. Hot water shoots through that thin plastic shell at near boiling temperature, through the plastic shell, through the plastic foil seal, through the plastic internal lines. Hot water doesn't pass through plastic without changing it. Daily phthalate intake has been directly linked to elevated blood pressure, insulin resistance, and cardiovascular disease. 1 cup a day for a decade is thousands of plastic-laden brewings entering your bloodstream. Keurig has responded to redesign the pods and redesign the marketing. The chemistry hasn't changed. The pods are still plastic. The brewing temperature is still high enough to break that plastic down. Bunn built its reputation on commercial-grade reliability, the diner machine, the fast brew workhorse. Here's the engineering choice nobody puts in the brochure. The internal hot water tank stays filled and heated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's how the machine brews fast when the water's already hot. It's been hot for weeks, sitting inside the same metal tank, against the same solder joints, against the same internal materials, day after day. Consumer reports and plumbing experts have flagged this design as a breeding ground for biofilm, bacteria, and heavy metal accumulation from leaching solder and tank components. Pour the first cup of the morning from a Bunn that's been sitting overnight. That faintly metallic taste underneath the coffee, that mineral edge on the tongue. That's not the beans, that's the tank. That's weeks of stagnant hot water absorbing whatever's dissolving off the metal. Constant exposure to biofilm bacteria can compromise immune response and create dangerous interactions for people on antibiotics or kidney medications. The always hot tank is always leaching 24 hours a day for as long as the machine has been plugged in. These machines are not held to the same Underwriters Laboratory safety standards or NSF food contact certifications as established brands. They appear with thousands of glowing reviews, low prices, and packaging that mimics Italian craftsmanship. The reviews are easy to manufacture, the certifications are not. FDA import alerts have repeatedly flagged Chinese-manufactured espresso machines for lead-soldered boilers and cadmium content in metal components that touch hot water and steam. Lead and cadmium are two of the most well-documented heavy metal toxins on Earth, soldered directly into the path your espresso takes from boiler to cup. That sharp, almost chemical bite at the back of the espresso you assumed was the bean profile? That metallic afterburn that lingers? That isn't the roast, that's the boiler. Lead exposure is directly tied to kidney damage, hypertension, and cognitive decline. Cadmium compounds the same kidney burden and has been linked to bone density loss. Amazon doesn't test these machines. The FDA flags imports but cannot inspect every shipment. The brand name on the box might not exist next year. The lead in the boiler will still be in your kidneys. Bright packaging, as seen on TV energy, discount store pricing, and the worst lab profile of any coffee machine category currently sold in the United States. These machines have been the subject of CPSC recalls for electrical shock and fire hazards, not theoretical concerns, but documented incidents and documented injuries. But the danger doesn't end with the wiring. Independent lab testing on the internal aluminum boilers and unbranded plastic pods used in these systems detected the highest combined levels of BPA, phthalates, and aluminum leaching of any coffee machine category tested, higher than Keurig, higher than Ninja, higher than the Amazon no-names. Open the pod compartment. That sweet, acrid smell underneath the coffee aroma, that faint stickiness on the plastic that no amount of wiping removes. The plastic is breaking down, the aluminum is leaching, the pods are shedding compounds the manufacturer never tested for and never disclosed. Every cup, every morning. Add the documented electrical fire risk on top of the chemical exposure, and you have a category that fails on every measurement that matters. Cheap to buy, expensive to drink. Not every coffee machine is a chemistry experiment. 4 brands prove clean brewing is still possible. Before getting to the best 4, hit the subscribe button below. Hand-built in the Netherlands for over 50 years, the boiling element is solid copper. The brew path is BPA-free and food-grade certified, documented in published manufacturer specifications. It carries Specialty Coffee Association certification, European Coffee Brewing Center approval, and a 5-year warranty backed by independent testing confirming no plastic or metal leaching at brewing temperature. Lift the lid and look inside the clean copper boiler, glass carafe, nothing softening or shedding into your cup. Around $300, you're paying for a machine that won't leach into your coffee for the next decade. Designed and assembled in Portland, Oregon, every part that touches water or coffee is borosilicate glass, stainless steel, or BPA-free silicone. No aluminum boiler, no plastic tubing in the brew path, no hot plate scorching the carafe. Instead, a thermal carafe that holds temperature without continuing to cook the coffee. Pour a cup an hour after brewing, the temperature is still right, the flavor still bright. The bitter, scorched edge that develops on hot plate machines simply isn't there. Around $500, all glass and steel, American assembled, a cup that tastes the way the roaster intended. built around a stainless steel boiler instead of the aluminum boiler found in nearly every American competitor. That single engineering choice eliminates the entire aluminum leaching pathway. It holds Specialty Coffee Association Golden Cup certification, NSF-listed components, and published BPA-free documentation not buried in marketing copy, openly stated in the product specifications. Order the thermal stainless carafe, and you eliminate the hot plate scorching pathway as well. Around $300, a premium American kitchen brand that actually earned the price point. The simplest option on this list, and that simplicity is the point. Stainless steel and glass brew path, BPA-free water reservoir, no programmable timer, no app, no fancy display. One button, hot water, real beans, a clean brew path, and a thermal carafe. It carries Specialty Coffee Association Home Brewer certification, and Bonavita publishes its full material safety documentation showing no BPA, BPS, or phthalates in any part that contacts water. The most affordable safe pick at around $200. No premium branding tax, just engineering that earns its place by what it doesn't put in your cup. 9 machines exposed, 4 worth keeping. Your morning coffee should be comfort, not chemistry. Drop a comment if any of these machines is sitting on your counter right now, and subscribe so you never miss the next investigation.